Now, you might, as I said, go hard, which is to headhunt someone directly, but you might go soft, which is just to read their Twitter stream, look for their style. I've got a friend that you will have heard of in many cases. His name is Clennett. Used to work for me 10 years. And the reason I'm going to use him as an example in the next few minutes is that he is, if you like, in the same market as me. He's a trainer of recruiters. So if I was wanting to headhunt Ross, did you know that if you use someone's Twitter handle at the beginning of a tweet, it goes into their stream and into your stream, but it's not generally available. It's not a private message. It can be found, but they will see it. So you could go with a tweet like this. This is a classy tweet if for somebody you found on Followerwonk and you've been tracking for a while and understood who they are. If I was trying to connect with Ross, I'd say, hey Ross, I loved your blog on temp margins. A bit of flattery as a beginning gambit never goes astray. So it's so true. I have a special recruitment consulting opportunity to discuss with you. Is it okay to connect? Now, if he got a tweet like that, if you got a tweet like that, it's personalized, you're clearly going to very, very likely answer it. So you'd say, sure, connect. I would connect with him on Twitter. I'd then follow that up with, hey, would you mind if we connect on LinkedIn? And so a seduction would take place. That's if you want to go the slow way. So there's Followerwonk. Now, you can do other things on Followerwonk. I said you can compare and stalk your competitors. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. And this is where we're going to use Ross Clennett. So Ross Clennett's on Twitter. He trains people in the recruitment industry. So he has followers on Twitter, and I have followers on Twitter. And this is what it looks like. I would go to a different tab, which is Compare Users. You can see I've got my name, but I've also got Ross's name. You can actually compare 3 people at a time. But I've run the search, and that little bubble thing there is what it looks like. I've got a lot more followers than Ross. That's not important. I've been working at this longer than him. He's got a lot too. And as you can see, I've got a lot of followers in green, and he's got a lot, and we've got a lot in common. But if I look at that, and I think these are people following me and following Ross, I'm going to be thinking, who the hell are these guys? Why has Ross got a lot of people in my market who follow him that doesn't follow me? I'm thinking. And if you are in legal recruitment and you know someone across town who's big in legal recruitment, a competitor, why don't you do this? And why don't you say, who are the, you know what? If we go down here, there's 2,700 people that Ross and I have got in common. But there's 1,518 who follow him and don't follow me. Wouldn't it be fantastic if I knew who they were? Well, click the button, and there they all are. Every single one of them, their name. And if I was wanting to compete with Ross in a really commercial way, the very least I'd do is follow all those dudes. But I could also call them and do whatever I like. So Followerwonk is providing you with a free access to looking to who your competitors have influence with. You can also do the same search for following as well as followers. You didn't know this, right? It's freely available. The smart recruiters are doing this across the world, and a lot of other things. You've got to be a skills hunter. You've got to be proactive. Don't sit there thinking we'll run more ads on a job board. Do that if it works, but do these things too. So at the very least, follow all their people. That's free. Just go bang, 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 bang. It's 3 minutes work. Well, actually, 1,500. Might be a bit more, but whatever. So Followerwonk is cool. It does more for you. It shows you where your followers live. Now, that might not be interesting to you, but for me it is interesting because I do work in the UK and Australia, and so in my case, what it does is it takes 5,000 followers. So if you've got more than 5,000, it just takes a sample. You mostly wouldn't have 5,000 followers, so it would take all of your followers. As you can see, my followers are in the logical places: New Zealand, East Coast Australia, India, a lot of recruiters there, UK, a lot of people follow my blog and so on, the big cities in the US, and of course my very loyal following in La Paz, Bolivia. It's important that we track them. But the thing to understand is why this is important, because you can then set your tweets and schedule them to happen in time zones that your followers are online. In fact, Followerwonk actually tells you when your people are online, time of day. So you can schedule your tweets, and that's something I want to talk to you about.